Welcome back to Posture Podcast, episode 2. Today we're going to be talking about holidays.
You know them, you love them, you hate them.
Sometimes.
Yeah, time to bond with your family.
And fight with them, but that's another topic. Well, we're mainly doing this in light of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which happened
This Monday.
Yeah, this Monday.
18th.
18th, yeah. Really? Yeah, so we got a day off, which was very nice. I know that's not the reason that we should be celebrating that, but
it's always nice.
Yeah, a nice side benefit.
Yeah, and it's nice to look back on what he did and celebrate his work.
Yeah, we're not going to get too into that because I'm sure teachers, parents, especially my mom, she likes to go in depth with Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
So we won't go into depth with that, but we just decided to do the holiday episode because of Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah. So, after MLK Day, let's just, I guess, go
off with other holidays, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I know you're Polish, and
yes, I am.
I know another Polish family, but I never really, learned about this. What are some special holidays you celebrate that are just...
So, in Poland, at least from my experience, maybe it's from the Czech Republic more, but there's name days.
Oh, yeah.
Name days, they're pretty cool, because it's it's a religious thing, I believe, where, the saint who has your name, they get a certain day of the calendar. I think Maximilian, the Polish spelling is somewhere in October. The German spelling, which is what I have with the X, is in August, I think.
And so that's just is that it's kind of like a birthday in the means that it's specialized for just you?
Oh yeah.
That's just a certain individual thing.
Yeah, honestly here it's not that big, but my mom would say that really when she was a kid in the Czech Republic, that name days were just as big as your birthday.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. So, I don't have any, it's funny because I'm from a decent amount of backgrounds, but we don't really celebrate that many holidays, just your standard ones, let's say in America.
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas, 4th of July. Yeah, nonetheless, we have traditions per se, but not really holidays that are special.
Well, traditions are, I'd say, a big part of holidays.
Yeah, that is true. So, we don't do that many traditions, and pretty casual with all that. Not extremely religious, but religious to a certain degree.
I'd say same here. Honestly, we follow Poles are. I think they're 95% Catholic, something like that. And so there's a lot of Catholic traditions that just get passed on from year to year.
Yeah.
So tradition is a big part.
Yeah, it is, and it's a big part of a family as well. It's a really fun thing to do. One of them that's more funnier. This is not even a religious tradition, but that's just something that
your family.
Yeah, on Christmas Eve we fondue with you take raw meat or other foods, you have boiling oil and you just put them in.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not even a religious thing. I don't think, at least. I don't think that's religious, but that's just something that it's tasty. So I was let's do it.
Yeah. Polish thing is Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or I think it's Christmas Eve really. But the big thing is Polish, at least in my family, we celebrate a lot on Christmas Eve rather than on Christmas Day. And there's some tradition which is just kind of you pass down and you just follow it. You don't really eat meat, so you eat fish, vegetables, mushrooms are a big thing.
Yeah. The other Polish family I know, they normally open all their presents on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, same here.
And they gave us presents from Polish Santa.
Oh,
the little kids.
Santa.
Yeah, the little kids that I babysit, they gave me a present from Polish Santa to open on Christmas Eve. That was funny.
Polish Santa's one of the best Santas.
Yeah, it's really one of the best Santas there is. But not just MLK Day. There's a lot of holidays that are very enjoyable, and probably talk about some of those, like 4th of July.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's quite a good holiday because it's nice outside, not too cold. Because like during holidays like MLK Day and other holidays in this general time, it's really nice to have off and think about. But if you want to go outside, yes, there's snow. Snow's fun, but like at least where we are, it's a lot of ice, so it's hard. Yeah, so you can't build anything. You can't jump in it. That hurts.
Jeez, yeah. I went sledding and just as soon as you fall off, like it just kind of all the snow goes and you're left with ice and it just.
Yeah, I got off the bus stop and this one neighbor didn't snow blow or shovel their sidewalk, and so it was like covered. It was like 4 or 5 inches, and I thought, oh, I'm done for because I'm wearing shoes. And I stepped on it, and it was all ice. It was all frozen. I was like, okay. So I walked on it, and it was okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good.
And it can be really cold.
Yeah. But like it's like 4th of July, going back to that, you can go outside a lot because it's the middle of the summer. No school at all to think about.
Yeah, it's just really, it's nice. You can get up whenever.
That's good. Being tired is the worst.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know. I hate being tired. It sucks. I like when you get up in the morning and you just lay in your bed. I betray myself sometimes because I always want to get up. I know a lot of people probably say that, but I know I always wanted to get up. But as soon as the alarm goes off, I'll shoot out of bed, grab it, and I'll sit on my bed to put like socks on or something, and then I'll slowly lay back. And then the next thing I know, I'll spend like 5 minutes of me like closed, my eyes closed just there, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I don't know. That I can't really relate to that. I don't know why, but I just have this thing where I purposely put my alarm on like a chest, my phone on the chest, like at the far side of the room next to my door.
Yeah.
And I put my bed, and my bed's like on the opposite side of the room.
Yes, you have to get up.
So I have to get up, and then as soon as I'm up, I'm like, okay. And then I get started, get ready for the day.
There's this funny toy someone told me about. It was something like that. It was the same idea. But what you did is when you wanted to get someone up, there's this little grenade you had, like this toy grenade.
Yeah.
You pull the pin and it has the most high pitched alarm.
Oh.
So terrible. It's just really high pitched, like kills your ears. And like you like roll it under their bed and stuff, and you can hide it in the room, so they have to like get up and like walk around look for it.
Oh, that must be terrible.
Yeah, for you, someone like rolls a sound grenade into your. Oh, wake up!
Jeez.
Yeah. So, other holidays like Christmas pretty standard. I noticed that there's not a whole lot of Christian holidays.
I mean,
There's yes, but
like
no.
There's Easter. I think there's Christmas.
Easter, Christmas,
and then there's probably some which I can't think of right now.
Easter, Christmas.
Yeah, but Christian is weird because you get so many kind of different like
I know, different people.
Different types of Christianity.
Exactly.
And then you have people who kind of study it as their job.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
That's If I know, I'm Christian, but I can only think of 2 holidays, and I remember we used to have Bible studies on Sunday, but we don't do that anymore. We don't have time for that. And I remember when I was little, I think I've only gone to church, like just normally, like. I don't know how many times, like few, like not many. When we were really little and lived in Canada, I think I went to church for something, I don't remember. And they dressed us up in little tiny suits, and it was, I saw pictures, so it was very funny.
I think really for me the most time I go to church is like Easter Mass.
Yeah.
And then, but sometimes, like the couple years, I think the last year I didn't go. I don't know.
I haven't been to church in a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's funny because I went to Canada. I've got cousins there.
Yeah.
and we went over the Easter holiday. My grandma and my brother and I. And I remember, because didn't go to church the year before, and then they, I think, went to church every Sunday or something. They were much more devout than I was.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like stuck. I was like 10 or something, and I just didn't like it.
No.
No.
Yeah. You know, I don't remember it, but I think, you know what I think? I think I heard that, at least from some sources, that sometimes there's like a short church, it's like a quick service, but sometimes they last. And like a family member told me that she used to go to churches where they would sing, there'd be a whole choir and all that, and they'd have you dancing and all that. It'd be fun church, but it would be going for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think it would be good for like an hour, but really for me, after an hour, I think I would start to, honestly, I think I'd start to trail off a little bit, just start wandering. Not into the depths of the Bible, not there.
Yeah, I remember my little 10-year-old self. I just was like burning up, because obviously I wasn't really following the sermon. I think it was in Polish. It was a Polish church, a Polish mass. And so I just like walked outside and I took a little walk around the block where it was like 60 instead of like 75 or something in the church.
Yeah. Sometimes when you're little, you gotta get a break. Yeah, I remember I had no attention span when I was little. Like nothing at all. I would be doing one thing. It's not like I was like, I guess I was hyper to a certain degree, not really, but I had a short attention span. I mean, most kids do. Most little kids do. Yeah, most little kids do, but I was definitely one of those children. I would not have lasted. I don't think I would have lasted if I was paying attention in church when I was like 4.
I don't think so. I don't think I would either, really.
Yeah. And like the thing is, I read the Bible, but that's because I was able to do it because it was in English. Obviously, would you just call it just lingual? If you have one, are you just lingual?
I think you're monolingual.
Monolingual, yeah, that's
probably.
Yeah, monolingual. So I guess I'm learning Spanish. I'm okay at that, but I know one language very good. Yeah. So that's the only thing I can read. And like when I go to like mitzvah services, and the book is in Hebrew, obviously, most of the time. And I remember my first service wasn't even for a friend of mine. It was one of my brother's friends, and I was just invited. I was reading it, and obviously, because I didn't know, I started reading left to right. And I was like, Mom, I don't understand it. She goes, okay, are you reading right to left? I was like, no, why would I read right to left? Well, are you crazy? She says, read right to left. So I said, okay, I'll try it. And so I read right to left, and it was still in Hebrew, nothing changed. And I looked back at my mom and I said, hey mom, what? I still can't read it. Yeah, I can't read this still. Are you reading right to left? Yes. She goes, can you read Hebrew? No. So why are you reading the book? I don't know. I mean, everyone else was doing it, so I thought so. And like when everyone stands up to sing, to sing prayers and all that, I was singing up, and I can't, and they're singing Hebrew. Once again, I don't know Hebrew, so I'm just up there, just it's interesting being monolingual.
Yeah, I just recently, like a couple of years ago, I'd say 2 years ago, this summer, I went to Poland, and now I've really started to pick up Polish, and I'm doing my best to pick up a bit of Czech too, and learning Spanish. But it's funny because to me, I can understand Polish like when you're having a conversation. But for instance, my grandma will listen to Polish news, and I'll be like in the kitchen or something eating, and she'll be listening to it, and I hear it, and I can pick up some words,
but you can't like
but they're like talking so fast.
But like when it's more casual, Because like especially with the news, they're trying to get through everything
exactly.
bit by bit. But like when you're having casual conversation, it's easier to understand. I see. Yeah,
definitely.
So we are coming close, not really, but kind of coming to a close. And we wanted to talk to you guys about something called a contest that we were thinking about doing.
Yeah. So we got this great idea from Mr. Massey, who is a pretty good teacher.
Pretty good. I'd say he's a very good teacher. He helped facilitate all this.
Yeah, so he's been a big help. Mr. Massey's flex is the best flex.
Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
No what else you got? No what else everybody knows? How much you could save switching the guy.
Of course.
Okay, so about the contest.
So we were thinking, we put up a question, and you guys have to answer that question. The winner gets a prize. Right now, we're deliberating on the prize. If you look somewhere, we'll tell you.
Yes, if you look somewhere, we don't know where, but you'll have to look somewhere. We'll give you a question. We don't know what that question is, but we'll give it to you. You'll have to answer it in a place. We don't know what that place is, but you'll have to do it.
So really, we're just giving you guys a heads up. It'll be some question about us that you probably can't Google.
Yeah, and yeah, because we're not that famous, man.
No.
I don't know where we're going to do this, but we may make a video about that. I don't know, like maybe like a short, like 2-minute clip. How to get that.
Maybe that, or we can ask Mr. Massey to post it on the Flex menu rotations.
Yeah, we may do that.
You go ahead and answer it.
So, yeah, we're going to do that. And one of the reasons that this one and the last one are getting cut a little bit short, not yet. We still have like, we're going to be going for a solid 7 minutes probably.
Probably,
7-ish.
yeah.
Probably 7-ish. And what's going to happen is the reason it's not going to be as long as originally intended was because what happens is sound quality. As you guys mostly know, in our first video, at first we were setting stuff up, trying to figure out how to get this all wrapped in. And the first method we used for sound quality was not very good, and fixing it up was very meticulous and all that, so it didn't turn out amazing. So we're trying something new, and soon enough, due to some investments, we will be, on the next episode, we will be equipped with a actual microphone meant for longer recording like this, yeah.
So like it's going to be something where actually we might have good quality.
Yeah, we might have a decent quality audio, so your ears are not crying by the end of our talk. So that will get better, and soon enough, when we're all set in and we're ready to go, when we're better at setting up too, we'll have longer episodes because we'll have more time available when we're all set up. And thankfully, no one else really uses the room that we use to record this, so no one really messes up the setup. We'll be able to get in really fast, start recording, and start talking.
Yeah. And for future reference, if you want to be on the podcast, please notify us, preferably before we start recording. At least.
Cameron, what? So, but, however, there's a sad bit of information I must share. The only people that are most likely going to be guests on the show, considering we are making the show during school hours, the only people that are going to be on are students in school. Probably 7th graders, because they're the people we have easiest access to.
Exactly.
Because we know the schedule and all that.
If we want a 6th grader, that would require taking them out of lunch or taking them out of...
Yeah, so it's most likely going to be a 7th grader, which is good considering we know them better, considering they're in our grade, but probably going to be 7th graders, definitely going to be in our school, but we can get a cool opinion from them. Guesting will start next week. And would you like to mention our first guest?
Our first guest is probably gonna be Marco
Marco Chepeluk.
Chepeliuk.
I'm Chepeliuk.
Chepeliuk
Okay.
with
So-
an Ly.
Ly. Yeah. So that's most likely who's going to be our first guest. So get excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find a topic for then. We let's just say we already have it picked out. But yeah, we'll have that ready for you guys next week. Cutting it short. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and thank you. Have a good day.
Make sure to like and subscribe.